Your comments have been seen. It was brought to my attention by most of you that we could go into this and we can use any of these characters, even though they're not Geo, and then all we have to do is do whatever it tells us to do away from the enemies. You see, we activate this, enemies are over there, we come over here, we can do that, and then we just ping this thing. And the camera does damage, but the character themselves does nothing. I'm also not going to use the burst because I'm afraid it will accidentally hit them somehow. But if I just keep running away and doing this over and over, I'm not using any element that's not Geo because I'm not even using the character to do any damage. So this, in my mind, and I believe in a lot of your minds, does not break any rules. So long as we, of course, do not actually hit the enemies. Although here's the problem that I'm currently seeing. Because it's the Raiden Shogun, you use her skill and it kind of applies Electro to your other attacks. And as we can see over there, there's some Electro applied even though only the camera hit them. So I think what we need to do is use Nahida instead. As much as I love Raiden Shogun, she's just too powerful for this. We need to be able to use her skill without actually doing anything with it. And Nahida is perfect for that. Technically, I could use the burst because it doesn't do anything in this situation, but I am not going to do that. I will just continue to take pictures to do the damage for me. And there we go. Now, at least there are two down here that both have only Geo characters, so we don't have to do this strategy for those. But for the rest of these, I will pick whatever character I feel more comfortable with not hitting any enemies with. And then I will repeat this process over and over. In the last video, when I first went to do this event, I had not tried it on any other account, so I didn't know that we could just do this because I probably would have done it. I figured I would save my first time doing the event for being in a video. That way I'm not just doing it for the third time in the video. So while I don't think we can get 1,000 points using this strategy, at least we can get the Primo Gems. But now we have finally made it to the point where we can actually use the characters. Yeah, you could definitely get a couple more points. Who would have thought that actually using the characters makes the event easier? So now we can go through and claim most of the rewards. As we could see, we couldn't get everything, but I am happy enough with at least getting something out of this, especially when it means I don't have to do my daily commissions. But most of all, that means some Primo Gems for us, and that comes with a chance of maybe getting lucky. But of course, that is a very large maybe. There's only 3 days and 20 hours left on these banners, so I don't really expect us to get the gold. We do get Favonius Codex, which is not bad. Again, only Ningguang is a Catalyst user in terms of Geo characters, and she's kind of a healer right now, so maybe at some point she'll use that. I don't know. Or perhaps we'll get a new Geo Catalyst character. Oh, that's right. Stardust Shop resets in 2 days, 6 hours. I mean, we already knew this, but I forgot that it resets before this banner does. So I'll at least have 5 more attempts. But between the last episode and this one, I did gather everything we need to ascend Itto again, as well as all the beetles we'll need in total. Unfortunately, I can't actually level him up to 80 right now, and we need to wait for the weekly reset to actually farm the Senora drops. But maybe we can invest a little bit more into Goro now. Although his weapon material domain isn't open today, we do have enough to bring it up a little bit. Oh, and again? And oh my gosh, how do I have all this stuff? Okay, so we got that up to level 70. Oh, I also did go ahead and just threw some artifacts that I had onto Itto. As you can see, we can't really level them up at all, but once we get his talents up to level 8 and also all of the stuff for Goro up to level, then we can start farming artifacts again to actually get some stats on these characters. You guys want to see a magic trick really quick? Okay, ready, watch this. Whoosh. And now if we go into here, we go to weapons, we go to enhance. What's that? We can actually go farm this now? Crazy how that works. So with 2 runs complete, we can craft up 2 more purple shackles, 6 energy nectars, and 2 robotic purple orb things. With that, we can ascend Goro's bow, and thankfully, we can level it up to 80 as well. So now it is on par with everybody else's weapon, except for Noelle, because Noelle's weapon is now on Itto. So I am going to have to get something else for Noelle. Maybe Favonius? But we don't have to worry about that quite yet. Then, like I said at the end of the last episode, we need to go through that portal. And let's see how we fare against this boss. I would say we're doing all right. Yeah, that was It was pretty easy. Oh, and 3 drops right away. Wait, do they really block me from accessing the domain that's up there? I forget the other way that you get down here. I would like to find the actual entrance so I can get a waypoint down there. Because knowing me, if I'm feeling lazy, I won't want to go to that island and run over to the portal every time. And every entrance that I know of, or every way of accessing those waypoints, I can't do. I did a quick Google search just to look up how to get that waypoints or domains down there. It could be wrong, but all I could find is that you have to do the very long quest involving all the trees in Inazuma. The one that starts right here. So I guess for the time being, this is gonna be our way to get to the boss. But at long last, we can finally start ascending Goro. And we just barely have enough to get him leveled up. I don't know if we're gonna get through all of it today, but there are a lot of quests that I want to make some progress on. As much as I would love to just go straight to the Dainsleaf one, I think it might actually be smarter if we go unlock the teapot. The sooner we get that little thing, the sooner we could start getting some passive resources. The only reason I haven't done this even sooner is, well, one, we had to do some of the Archon quests, but also I'm tired of doing this quest. The whole Yamfei legal business quest line, I've done it probably 4 or 5 times now. So you know, what's a 6th time? You know, that didn't take as long as I remember it taking. I mean, it would have been even faster if I could like skip the cutscenes, but still it wasn't that bad. And now we can begin construction of our teapot and get some free Primo Gems. I do love how 12 iron chunks and 6 fabric turns into an entire building. Hey, trust rank level 2. We are now rank 3 in the teapot, and there's not too much I can do right now because I really can't make that much stuff. But I had to put down the statue of Zhongli because obviously it's Geo only. So once again, we're gonna try out the weapon banner. I only have 2 pulls that we can do on it. Come on, game. Come on. Be nice to me. Be nicer. Now, you might call me crazy, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing a 5-star. I guess next up is gonna be meeting with Dainsleaf. Now, what if I told you that Dainsleaf was actually gonna be a Geo character that may or may not just be a bunch of copium? Because I highly doubt he's gonna be Geo. Also, I don't really have to cheese this domain, but it's always more fun if you do. I guess I also do have Goro, so I don't even have to do this if I just bring him. But where's the fun in that? Oh, you know what I just did? I just went in the domain and redid one of the things I think I've already done without even needing to because I didn't talk to Dainsleaf first. We can just ignore that and pretend it didn't happen. That's crazy. This is my first time in here. Ooh, wish time. Wish time equals blue time. Blue time equals sad time. I really hope I'm remembering this incorrectly because I think you have to light up a fire over here. Please let me be wrong. This one we don't have to light up because the enemies are already here. Okay, thank goodness I was wrong. We just investigate the fire. We don't actually have to light it. Obviously, we could have lit it. It's just it would have required us to make a new portable waypoint. Wait, I just realized something. So Dainsleaf was traveling around with our other sibling, right? We are so unlucky because we could have had Dainsleaf as our guide, but instead we have Paimon. I so would have rather had Dainsleaf following us around, and it is not even close. Although to be fair, if the Dainsleaf quests were instead Paimon quests, I don't think anyone would ever look forward to them. Ah, yes. What a great camera angle. Now it's time to begin the next part of the quest. Also, I forgot that since we did ascend Goro once, we can at least level his talents one whole time. And now I just have to wait to get our resin back so I can go farm it again. Also, I know it's such a little thing, but I'm so excited for when all of these characters' talents are level 8 because that is when we are going to ascend them all and hopefully level them to 90 and also begin the artifact farming. That's when we're gonna really start to see upgrades on this account. Yo, this dude is so squishy. Down goes the Abyss Herald for the 2nd time. And yet again, the Herald goes down for a 3rd time. All I'm saying is Dainsleaf is kind of like Yelan. He grabbed the Herald's neck with like the mystery ropey thing, just like Yelan's skill does. And now if you watch in a couple seconds, he's gonna dash forward just like Yelan's skill. Here we go. See that? See that? Confirmed. Dainsleaf is Yelan. Now, as long as no other quest blocks us from doing this, it's time to begin our journey to Inazuma. And also, from doing Dainsleaf's quest, we do get one intertwined fate. I know Dainsleaf is blue, but let's not get a blue from Dainsleaf's wish. Now it's time to beat up some NPCs. And since Lumion is a Geo character, it's not cheating at all. Oh, poor guy. All it took was one blast from Navia. There we go. Now we can set sail for Inazuma, the region that houses the best Archon in the entire game and the best character in the entire game. Oh, we already get another intertwined. And we can do 2 wishes, which we do see purple. That's an early purple. We were only at like 6 pity for that. It's okay, never mind, it's useless. And the second one is blue. One of these days, we're gonna get an early 5-star on here. At least I think so. Maybe. Actually, probably not. Now, before we go ahead and do the quest that actually allows us to have access to Inazuma, I noticed that our expedition rewards are ready, so let's go to Inazuma and quickly grab those. And we might as well go fight this boss again since we have enough resin. Also, yes, for the time being, I could put a portable waypoint in here, but I don't feel like wasting those valuable resources on this. Ooh. We high rolled. We got 3 drops and a chunk and geo damage. Oh, that's not even high roll. That's like whatever's higher than high. That's a stratospheric roll. Here you go, Goro. And since we've been doing quests, we have actually gotten enough of the hero's wits to level him up again. We are just barely scraping by. Then we'll level these talents up to, I believe, 4 is the cap for this level. Yup. This is when I'm only going to focus on the skill and the burst for now because I don't actually have enough to also do his normal attack. And now we once again wait for our resin to refresh. There we go. Inazuma has been officially unlocked, which means I can also turn in some of our sigils to the tree. I don't think we actually have too many. We have 110, and I don't feel like we're gonna get intertwined fates within the first 4 levels, but you know what? We might as well try. We don't get intertwines, but we do get acquaint fates, so perhaps we can get lucky, and then we'll get a 4-star or something, which gives us star glitter, and then we can get more intertwined fates. Oh, wait, cold? No character. Yes, no character, even though only Ningguang can use that, which makes it not as good, but it's still something we can use. That was around like 27, 28 pity. And earlier I was saying how I really wanted to get early pity on the weapon banner, and now we accidentally got it on the standard banner. I hope that didn't use up all of our luck. But like I said, we got something that allowed us to get 2 intertwined fates. So maybe we're gonna see another 5-star, right? Oh my gosh, I actually thought it was gonna be a 5-star for a second. And it is... Is that Favonius? Oh, Alley Hunter. Favonius would have been nice for refinements, but hey, you know what? We can use that on Goro, I guess, even though I'm not gonna put that on him. Oh, big. Oh my gosh, so many achievements. Let's just get very close to another wish. So last time we got a Widsith, which I said could be a good weapon for DPS Ningguang, and now we have another weapon if we ever want to do DPS Ningguang. All right, game, I believe in you. We can see double early pity today, just not right now. I'm just curious, can I cheese this? Because we can get to the main door, but I don't have any of the stuff we're supposed to insert into it. And it doesn't seem like we can just glitch our way through. And I believe this is where they force us to do Ayaka and Yoimiya's story quests before we can proceed with the main Archon quest. But I would say we are making pretty good progress. It has now been a couple of hours, which means we have some resin back. Am I crazy, or is this never been here before? I swear I've never seen that symbol on any of my maps. But there is one more takedown of the boss. That's takedown number 2. And now we have to take a quick trip over to Mondstadt to buy cheese for Ayaka's mushroom pizza, which is quite a weird sentence. But just one more boss takedown and we can ascend Goro again. What are you gonna do now, Ayaka? I put boulders in your way. Can't enjoy the festival if you're surrounded by boulders, huh? What are you gonna do now? That's right. You can't do anything. I still don't get why they don't just let us equip this mask whenever we want. Like, why is it only during this one part of the story? Oh, wait, I got great fortune from heaven. We could just ignore the fact that it is completely scripted. But, you know, we got great fortune, which I was going to save until we had 2 wishes, but we might as well spend it now. Oh, look, it was a lie. Have I decided on my wish? Yes, I would like to get a 5-star on the weapon banner, like, now. Oh, that's right. This quest ends with wet socks. How could I forget about that? So with with the primos that we get for finishing Ayaka's quest, let's see if our wish came true. You know, we asked to get a 5-star on the weapon banner, and we do not get a 5-star on the weapon banner. Unfortunately, we do have to do Yoimiya's quest as well. Now, for your sake and for mine, I am not including any of Yoimiya's quest in the video. 1, because that'd be pretty boring for you guys. And 2, because I actually was just watching a video on my other monitor and wasn't even paying attention to the game, just spammed through all the cutscenes, and apparently it's done. So now we are able to go become a wanted criminal. Look, you might think that I'm about to step in here to try to save Toma, but that's actually not the case. I'm doing this just to get Raiden Shogun's attention. The fact that we helped Toma here, it's a complete accident, and it looks like it's a mission successfully completed. But I just realized that Raiden Shogun basically has a domain expansion here. This is like her malevolent shrine. As far as I'm aware, the other Archons do not possess this power. Once again, what can I say? Raiden Shogun is just the best. Now, usually when I come here, I feel like I can barely do any damage to her. And while she's definitely quite tanky, I don't feel like this is a losing battle. I say as I get hit very hard, but unfortunately, it still just turns into a waiting game. With that done though, we can get ourselves enough primos to do one more wish. And that wish is disappointment. Oh, who's this guy? Tepe? Don't you worry, Tepe. I will save your life so you can have a long and healthy life ahead of you. You know the funniest part about the archery challenge on this account? It's that we've already technically done it with only Geo characters when we did it on Swords Only. Because on that account, we used Albedo and the Geo Traveler. But the thing is, I don't have to do that again on this account. We could just come in here, pick a random character, swap them out for Goro, and then this is easy. Barring any rogue lightning strikes, this is gonna be the easiest archery challenge we've ever had. Because for once, we can actually use archery in the archery challenge. I say this every time I do this quest, but it's so hard for me to not say it. Their concern is that the Shogun's army knew about this weakness right here, this missing fence, right? But your entrance is 3 feet to the left. I don't think that little spot was really that big of a vulnerability. I feel so bad for this guy. He's not gonna know what hit him. Poor dude. Oh, we're going again? Didn't you just see what happened to your friend? The dolls are still on the field. I don't think you want to come after me with that. I'm just gonna do the same thing. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, it's time for the big boss fight. Can this dude withstand one combo of Chiori and Tanavia? Let's find out. Oh, he did. Wow. Very impressive. And what is that? Another intertwined fate added to the stockpile. And by stockpile, I mean 1. And by 1, I mean 0. Hey, you know, I think this is a nice place to stop. For no reason in particular, you know, I just don't feel like continuing the Archon quest right now. Definitely has nothing to do with all the Electro monuments we have to light up in a very short amount of time with no way to apply them with Electro. And for anyone that's newer here, we had the same problem when we did Swords Only. No, the lightning will not help us. Oh, you know, I would try to stick around to do something about this, but you see, my resin reaches 40 in 30 seconds, which means I gotta go fight the boss again. And now that we did take the boss down, we have to go level up Goro's talents. What a shame that so many things are getting in the way of us proceeding with the Archon quest. Mr. Goro, it is time to be ascended. And yet again, because of the Archon quests and the story quests that we had to do, we do have enough to level him up again. So only one more ascension until he's up to par with the rest of the team. And I believe as long as we don't run out of Mora, we can get both his skill and his burst up to level 6. And indeed we can. But I guess since there's nothing else we could do to procrastinate, we have to go back and try to figure out how to solve that challenge. Wait. I think my computer's about to...